Hello there, YouTube. My name is Zenko24. Welcome back to Not for Broadcast. Uh, okay, so I gotta tell you, something happened. I thought I was recording the same video from last time. Like I probably skipped ahead, but apparently no. I was already there, so I deleted 5 minutes of my footage. Whoops. I'll give you some context. Uh, the family's already been like worried about me since of Jeremy's suicide and how I was forced to play the tape. My son Charlie did not agree with what I just said, and Susie and my wife Sam both both felt sorry for me. And then after that, Susie and Zach got engaged. I told them that that was too quick to be married, and they left disappointedly. And Sam turned to me and said, "Really? Couldn't you just give him the moment?" Then I come back with to be fair, it's only been 6 months. Which yeah, they've been dating for 6 months, and they're already planned for marriage. So yeah, and now the medical costs for grandma, it's already taking a toll. Uh, yeah, why does everything always seem to come back to money? All right, uh, this time it's you at the kitchen table, surrounded by bills and paperwork, when Sam comes to join you. Today, Emma told you that there was really nothing more you could do, except an expensive experimental new treatment that might not even help. Sometimes your mom wants the treatment. More often, she talks about visiting at a transition center. It's hard to know which she really wants. Sam puts a hand on yours. What are we going to do, honey? She's your mother. It has to be your choice. I don't think she wants to live like this anymore. It's hard, but it's time for a transition center. Or she's my mom. We have to do whatever we can. Let's get the treatment. So it's either I get the treat, I spend a lot of money on the treatment, only for possibly not gonna help me, or I send her away to the transition center where she'll probably die. Because either way, if I choose the treatment and it doesn't work, she's gonna die either way, and that's gonna be a waste of money. But if I send her off, I'll probably be guilty that I just send off my mom to death. I mean, my current wealth is holiday time, but that was before. And when I kept it in, when I chose to help her and support her, it went down to sometimes splurging. So, what if this time I'm gonna be in debt? So, I think it's time for a transition center. These things are never really a choice. Hopefully, the kids will understand. It was all you could do, given the circumstances. If only things had been different. If only. So day 365 so now it's already been like a kind of like a year since I started the job. Okay, so as I said last episode, once we get to the news section, that's when the episode will end. Because these take long. My last video, hit to an hour again. The 20-week war. Whoa.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here.
Oh, hey,
Local
Bozeman.
star with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast, so keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
Oh, I don't have my fan anymore.
So,
So
please
there's a
can I
possible
have
war
some
going
fast
on.
food? Light. Well, what does that mean? When you do that thing you do
Let me
where you
get the
turn politicians
advertisements
into
in.
humans? Just don't get drawn into talking about the war, politics in
The
general.
daring
They
new
do know this is the
fragrance
news, don't they?
from Eye of Beholder.
They didn't hear this from me.
Yeah, let's try something new. Okay.
Apparently, we're at Team HQ right now. You're just giving a speech or something tonight.
Whoa, there's some new items here. What the hell?
Great, so they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Look, there's all these buttons here. There's a triangle, square, circle, X. Do I need to put like sound effects here? Is that my soundboard? Oh,
It is.
It's in sizes.
It
And
is what it
tonight,
is.
Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey
I
will be
listen
getting
to
his
you
teeth into Fiona from Hamble Bamblebee, who's
10
man,
investigating
they're
seconds,
all.
everybody.
on the Humble
Ragdoll
Biscuit.
dogs.
And that takes us, after the weather and public information
Going in
film,
5,
into our close down.
4,
But first,
3.
it's time to
All
join
right,
Kim and the team for the
time to go live.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't
God.
starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity.
Oh, just
And
go get an
judging by
image.
the looks on this happy family's faces, it can't come a moment too soon. They'll be getting a good meal tonight on the government, just like the rest of us.
Eesh.
7 days
I
to
guess
die.
the war is really.
The recent decision to allow those with
War's
long-term
really
health
taking a
conditions
toll.
to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years, the expansion of the service has been met with relief by the many organisations calling for it to be opened up to the wider community. The transition centres have reported larger than expected numbers, but report that they are coping well and able to provide a complete and meaningful service
At
to
least my
all
mom
who
in there
choose to
is already
use
doing
it.
okay.
Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a teen membership card. A worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of
Uh-oh.
Liverpool.
Alan James again.
Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankypool Community Cohesion Team
Oh, damn.
described the event as mostly peaceful. But it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally, absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago
No.
in an incident which
Oh, that's the
ultimately
year we're
cost him
in?
his
We're in
life.
1985.
Disrupt spokesman Alan James, whose organisation last week named Mr. Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance. But
Yeah, he
first,
didn't deserve that.
with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lancashire. Don't go away. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Whoa, looks different now. I was always wondering, like where does this year take place and all that? Now I know, we're in 1985. This means when I started was 1984. And the war's going on. Vandalism and all that. People leaving the country with their ID cards. Jesus.
Later in the programme,
country's going down to hell.
To say I'll be chatting with mega pop star Lil C, who's going to be treating us to a world premiere of her new single. And then after that, in part 3, we've got something new I promise you won't want to miss. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's coming to us through the magic of television all
censor.
the way from his home in Lancashire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. Cheeky cow. 75 days without an alcoholic drink, and I've got to say, I'm beginning to feel the benefits.
It certainly looks that way.
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. C, and as my old man used to say,
A promise is worth keeping?
Something like that, only with assholes.
So, I've heard from my sources that you and the illustrious Mrs. C plan to take your
So,
winter
keep whiffing the
break
orange.
somewhere a little different this year.
That's right. We're planning a walking holiday right here in the territories, which is different for us because, like you,
Whoopsies.
Megan, I've always been a big
I didn't mean to do
fan of
that.
those warm foreign beaches.
Did you make this decision because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, no, that's a good question. Well, as you know, while the blockade has effectively restricted the
There we
flow
go.
of goods into the country, we and our neighbours have continued to allow unimpeded travel for business leaders, ministers and such. So, although me and the missus could theoretically go to that gorgeous beach I just mentioned, it just doesn't smell much like team spirit to me. After all, as the old man
There we
used
go.
to say, when life gives you shite, make shite pie.
It works just as well with lemons and lemonade.
Well, I suppose it does.
Prime Minister, maintaining a healthy body like yours at a time of national crisis must
Okay.
require some demanding
It's
tasks.
kinda hard to
What's your
focus on
regime
this.
and how do you go about it all?
Well, the truth be told, it's all down to Claude.
Yeah, my viewers are going low.
infinitely patient personal trainer. He's a man with a plan. I'm just the prat with a fat.
On that very subject, how are you and Mrs. C handling living on rations?
Well, let me tell you, Megan, back in the 50s, when I worked for you backstage for your Patrick Brannan's dad, did you know I did that?
I think everyone knows that, Prime Minister.
Well, what you probably didn't know was
Oh.
that Graham Bannon was a right tightwad, paid the bare bloody minimum and still found every possible excuse he could to dock your pay even further. I remember he once docked me a whole fiver for having an unacceptably smelly lunchbox type bastard. Anyway, what I'm saying is back then I ate a lot less than I am now, even under rationing. We all did. And let's face it, there are still plenty of people in this country who could afford to lose a little bit of weight.
What are you implying? No, but seriously, Prime Minister, we know you're very busy, but one final question, if I may.
Oh, well, go on then.
When you get home from a long day, your head full of the territory's hopes and fears, what music do you listen to when you work out to take your mind off things?
Well, I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about Little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Yeah.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me. Home, but I think there's something kind of inspirational there. I know I feel safer. When we come back,
He's not even
Lil C is going to be
exercising.
giving us the debut performance of her new
Is he?
single, and I'll be getting to meet her. As her biggest fan, I don't mind telling you I'm pretty excited. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
There we go.
Gripping stuff.
Was that even news?
I think you forgot to ask him what his favourite number is.
Man, Crazy Neil's been with us since episode 1.
Excitement.
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one disturbed individual.
How I cope.
Segment grade B. Huh, nice. Morse code. Oh, no. Sure you want to retry? No.
The updated mixing disc. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the
Applause.
guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
Oh, okay. So that's what they are. That is a soundboard.
I've never heard of her before.
She's big, really big.
Really? She any good?
Nah, of course not. She dog shit. But kids go mad for her, absolutely mad.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah,
Well, wait a second. What is going on?
What?
Oh, I guess they're getting their uniforms ready.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
That's what you do.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep.
And then there actually gets warts.
Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, well, that's a bit rude.
So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short.
Gotta turn on my fan. It's getting hot in
There's nothing
here.
that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't
What?
evidence to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nicer underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out tomorrow.
So soon, after the last one.
Oh yeah, I've actually released 2 albums since lunchtime and a clothing line during this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help and it's going to be in all the best high street
Whoa.
shops. And it's out now! So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough and I hate it sometimes and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg.
Damn, it's kind of hard to do all the camera switching and editing with the damn frequency going off.
You know you don't have to do this, though.
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio.
Okay.
And as soon as my favourite girl group would come on,
Doing
I'd
well.
called them like a set. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets...
Oh wait, that explains the manager's
You
strictness.
might look proud and you might survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what, it's actually alright. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see
So
you in a
basically,
little bit.
don't have to worry about problematic messages.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
2 in a row. You're a veteran.
It's the Force's favorite. the queen of team, here to break in your blockades. We'll see.
Alright, here we go.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier.
There we go. So far, so good.
Enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die a team. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy? I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions.
I had to move away because I didn't want to lose viewership.
I've been this wild and free since Mama burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. There's
Okay.
no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, his bleed is gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there? I wanna
Well, what
see
the
some
hell is
action.
going on here?
So come and break my sanctions.
What the fuck? Yeah, someone already started not liking this. Whoa, what the?
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to
Oh,
thank
look, so
you
now
for
people are coming back because of that
Help
music
for
video.
doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this. And we're out.
There we go.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours.
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know what it's like.
Oh. Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jeanshaw? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together. Wow. And Michael, I want to see the revenue
Oh,
share
what?
for the clothing
Your dad's a
line.
sweetheart,
And
yeah?
get
You're
me
talking
a
shit
ticket
about
to my
him.
meeting with the lube guys.
What the fuck is
They
this?
say for your pleasure, I'm going to start meeting it.
Wow, great segment C.
Section, I'll need you to use all 4 of the sound effects to help things along. Try and pick the most appropriate one at each given moment. The actors can't hear what you're doing, so they'll be trusting you to make the right choices.
There were exactly 12, as it said.
Is that Mr. Algebra again? Yes, it is Mr. Algebra again. Hey, I love this guy.
I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what.
Damn, he went through a redemption arc. Not a redemption arc. It's more like he's now going through the
Got it?
Absolutely.
Well, he didn't redeem himself with his music career. Now he's going with the celebrity asshole vibe now.
3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It
The
stars
notice
some
board.
top talent and we're very excited about it. Before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePlume now.
Jeff
How do you like that?
DePlume. Aww.
Very fancy. I suppose
I
you
love
mean
Mr.
now that you're a
Algebra.
successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh,
It's shit.
and how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife?
Ah!
Oh.
No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
No. Oh, okay.
Bloom.
Yeah.
So you went gay.
And why did
Oh, okay. Sorry.
what was your inspiration?
Well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a protein sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines.
Wait, why is the viewership going down?
Penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking.
Why do we lose viewers?
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Excellent, you're a natural. Keep it up.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, it's like a little comedy show I'm doing. Okay.
Young louts, they've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language
Whoopsies.
and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
Uh-oh. It won't fit.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray.
He's trying to unlock it.
Unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh.
Oh, no.
It's Brad. Oh, I knew he was gonna say like that.
Guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here. On my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say
Wow.
tutoring?
That's right.
Math is very important. Yes.
Not at all.
Oh, his hand's stuck.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are, and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
Huh? What? What is going on? Oh. Oh. Am I still recording? I am.
In 4 major cities.
Explosions?
Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions.
Oh my god.
I'm being told we're experiencing power fluctuations as a result, so apologies for any
Yeah, we gotta back up.
for you at home. And apparently we can head over to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment now. Yep, yes, let's go to that now.
Shit.
Good evening, citizens and
Oh my
leaders of the
god.
world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously
Nuclear?
in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres.
Oh,
and will not hesitate to detonate them if our conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately.
My
You will
god.
accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed. But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them.
Oh my god.
Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
So, we're basically in the Cold War now. We're in the Cold War era.
You are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
Jesus
I'm trying to
Christ.
think of what Jeremy would say if he were here now.
Oh my God, what would he say?
He's always skeptical of advance.
Mm-hmm.
Then I suppose he was skeptical about everything.
Very much.
It's part of what made him so frustrating to work with.
What made him a likable
He's
guy.
so brilliant. I'm not going to lie, Jeremy. I really wish you were here now.
I know.
You'd know what to say. You'd know how to bring everyone together.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be angry. I think you'd see that anger was the engine that brought us here. I think you'd want us to stop, to look around us at the people and things we're so very lucky to have, and to realise what a privilege it is just to be alive. I think you'd want us to spare a thought for those with loved ones who are abroad tonight. And I think you'd be worried about retaliation. You wouldn't show it. You'd remind us that this country and its people endure. You'd remind us that despite the way you hated how it sounds, we are a team. And I think you'd ask us to go to our loved ones and be with them tonight. But I don't have the words that you had, Jeremy. None of us do. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
So,
What the hell? It didn't let me play anything. Trip switch was off. Oh, come on. Alright, well that's the end of this episode. I'm going to have to continue on from the checkpoint. See you in episode 8.